So I'm just gonna tell you, I am kind of mad. I just recorded an entire video of this exact thing and it had no sound. So that's lovely. So hopefully when I record this one, it has sound. So we're talking about the science behind the swing and pole vault. So we've already talked about the science behind the pole and just the basics, and we've already talked about the science behind the plant. So this is the science behind the swing, which is the next part in the vault. So we have now planted our pole. We have some bend on our pole. Now what are we going to do? We're going to swing. So the swing is when you get upside down and inverted. So you want to be completely upside down as best as possible, as fast as you can in pole vault. Okay. So when you are swinging, first things first, always continue your swing. Don't stop it. And it's going to feel like you're going to fall. No, if you keep swinging, if you have a good plant and you keep swinging, you are going to be fine. Because that is an issue I dealt with. And I'm going to show you an example of what happens when you don't swing in pole vault and you just stop because you don't think you know what you're doing. Okay, which I probably didn't know what I was doing. But here you go, you plant and you go up and you do this crazy little throwaway thing. I'm going to show you again because it wasn't very focused. There we go. Oh, I'll press play. Okay, plant, stop swinging, and nothing. I got nothing out of that vault. So that is what happens when you just give up and stop swinging. So first off, always continue your swing. Second off, if you also saw in that video, I got stuck in the bucket. Stuck in the bucket is something very common to pole vaulters that happen to us, that it's when we are trapped with our hips below our shoulders or equal to our shoulders. Okay, so here's a picture before I start explaining it. My hips, and I've gone away. My hips and shoulders, my shoulders are here, my hips are here. Okay, not good. So I kind of see the hips as like the middle part of the body. So whichever way they're facing is the way that you're going to go. If they're facing straight forward, the minute that I try to turn over, my legs are going to fall. And, well, my feet and hips are going to match in the middle. Okay, because my feet are above my head, but my hips are below my shoulders. So when I go to turn and pike, they're going to match. So it's going to go right into the bar instead of going up, turning, and then piking over. So that is a big issue. And the bend, this is where the science comes in of it. So the bend is going to shoot you. And whichever way your hips are facing, that's the way it's going to shoot you. I've learned that. That's what I feel. It may come differently to other people, but this is what I feel. So the minute that the bend is out and it tries to shoot you, it wants to shoot you up. It does. But if your hips are not going up, your feet are going to fall, match, and you're going to be shot right into the bar. So it's just a big problem because then we're missing bars. So this is a more recent picture of me. I am trying to really focus on my swing because it is a big part of it, obviously, like I just told you. And this is what it looks like when I'm not stuck in the bucket. Okay? Not great, but my hips are open. My hips are open and super close to the pole. And I'm able to then have the bend throw me up instead of the bend throw me at the bar. So my hips are now open, close to the pole, and now you see the difference of how close I am to the ceiling instead of all the way down there in that little ball. I'm open, I'm able to reach, I'm able to get the extension that I need to get more bars, which is the height. So like you have a bar here and that's the height that you go over. And when I did my first vault, I wasn't even clearing 10 foot with the being stuck in the bucket. And with this vault, I cleared 10.6. So it does help a lot once you kind of figure it out. But it takes a lot of practice. And it is a lot about not as much strength as you think. It's more about the timing, kind of comprehending when it happens, understanding it, understanding the position and where you have to be when you have to be in that position. So if you're a new vaulter, try your hardest to get out of the bucket as fast as possible if you're in that habit. A lot of coaches tell you to bring your feet to the top of the pole, and that's great for the people who don't have a very strong core because then it's going to bring their hips up. But if you have a super strong core and you bring your feet up, guess what? Your hips typically stay down. So that doesn't work for all people. And some people just don't comprehend that. They just bring their feet up and they're in this pike position. But if you think bring your feet up, then your hips up, and get it close to the pole, that's what helped me. I think bring my feet up. I don't think bring your hips up because then I arch. I think bring my feet up, then my hips match. So I bring my feet up and I'm kind of in that pike position, but then I match back to the pole and then I'm straight up. So that's what helped me. Some people think bring their shoulders back because if they drop their shoulders, they're now underneath their hips, which that makes sense too, and it does the same effect. But it's kind of whatever works for you. But you want all your momentum going up and not going straight forward because straight forward is going to knock off the bar. You want to go up and over. So that is my my thoughts behind the science behind the swing. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something. And if you're interested in pole vault, that is great. You're always going to struggle. There's always going to be something to work on. Pole vault is a series of events happening with so many different things. So it's a fun sport, and I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you are a new pole vaulter, I hope that this has helped you kind of understand it a little bit more and comprehend it better in simple terms instead of just kind of telling you and showing you what to do and then you just trying to figure it out. So I hope you learned some science, and I hope you learned a bit about pole vault. XOXO.